What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Back in here with yet one more video. Guys, listen, I wanted to come and talk to y'all real quick again. This is going to be another story time, okay? But this is actually a really special story time because I don't know when I'm going to upload this video, but today I just hit 10,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. I never even foresaw that this was a possibility when I created the channel, but it got me thinking. But before I tell you guys a quick story, thank you so much for those that have shown me support. You know, thank you so much for you guys that share the videos. Thank you so much for the comments and the conversations, and thank you so much for believing in the vision. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I want that to be abundantly clear. Thank you to those that allow me to, you know, come on their platform and talk ish. Shout out to you, Solo TV 84. Shout out to you, Black Ram. Shout out to you, O'Shea. You know, thank you to all of those that allow me to react to their videos, and, you know, just understand that there's a lot more to come. But I didn't anticipate on doing a video and like celebrating and talking about it. I didn't, but I was thinking about it earlier today, and I feel like it's a lesson that I wanted to bubble up, bring out in the air, and then hopefully someone will learn something out of it or take something from this. Now, this particular lesson actually comes from the first manager that I ever had, and it has stuck with me throughout all of these years. And, you know, he was just a decent manager. I've had better managers since then, but he shared some information with me that I've held on to and kind of kept within, and it's kind of helped me at every step of my life. And what that was in the idea that feedback is an absolute gift, okay? Now listen to me for a quick second, because I know a couple of y'all like rolling your eyes like, oh, what's MTR talking about? But listen to me, I'm gonna bring it back full circle, trust me, okay? Feedback is a gift, and as a man, you have to be able to be within a space where you can accept feedback, because it's often not what people say to you in your face that they perceive your reality as, but it's often what they say about you when you're not in the room, which is how people perceive you, okay? So if you create an air and a space for people to feel comfortable with sharing feedback with you, then you can learn different things to help you grow quicker into the future without you having to learn it from experience, because someone already from the outside looking in has identified it within you. Kind of like how a coach will identify how a basketball player's dribble might be off a little bit. As the basketball player, you may not necessarily see it, but that's what you count on that coach to realize within you. The difference is that that coach is incentivized to tell you how to dribble or how to shoot better, because then he gets more wins. Sometimes you'll find people that you might work for may not be incentivized to help you perform, okay? Now, anyway, here was the short story, and I want to share it with you guys. That so I was new to the organization. I was new to the place around me, and, you know, just trying to do my level best. And, you know, I went into a meeting one time, and my manager was there. And the meeting was about something. I don't remember what the meeting was about. My manager pulled me to the side after the meeting, and what he said to me was, listen, I just wanted to throw this up in the air. I want you to do with this information whatever you think, you know, makes sense for you. But I noticed that at certain parts of the meeting, when some things were said, I looked over towards you and I saw you wince, and I saw you make like these faces, okay? He said, you know, it's very important for you to understand that, you know, to control emotions that might be across your face, because in these environments, people might interpret those things incredibly differently than what you may have intended. And when he first said that to me, I was thinking to myself, like, faces? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. By the way, I've always been told my entire life that I'm a very expressive person, okay? Anyway, next meeting that I went into, I was taking stock in my mind of expressions that might be across my face. And sure enough, when someone said something, I took a mental note of my reaction to what that was. And I said, he's right. My manager's right. And I took that lesson with me throughout my career, and I think it has paid extraordinary dividends, not only in the corporate world, but on a personal level as well. As you guys see, and I see you commenting on the channel from time to time, is like, yo, MTO, I like the way that you carry yourself. And man, yo, you have so much patience when you talk to all of these people. That right there is from that original lesson, okay? Feedback is an absolute gift, okay? Let me dovetail this story into something that I think you guys would appreciate hearing from me, okay? I told you it was gonna all make sense, right? Here's one of the reasons why I ended up starting the channel, okay? It was someone who shared feedback with me that I never even anticipated the feedback that they were sharing with me would have such an impact on my life, okay? This is around 2015, so many years later and after I learned the value of that recommendation from my boss. I was in a situationship with a young lady, okay? It was like on and off-ish, you know, for like a year or so, year and a half maybe, okay? Here's what she told me, okay? And you never know where feedback might come, okay? So keep your ear open, okay? Here's what she told me. Listen, Mediocre. She didn't call me a mediocre, obviously. I didn't have the channel then, but MTR. What it seems like to me is like, you know, when people come over into your space, when they come into your aura, you seem like you always are fond of wanting to host or to make sure that their experiences in and around where you are, or whatever that you're doing, is valuable to them or is beneficial to them. She was a real smart girl too, by the way. She was very perceptive, like very intuitive. And at first when she said it, I'm like, what are you even talking about? Like, I've never even noticed that about myself. But then I thought feedback is a gift. At this particular time and junction in my life, I was actually going through, I don't know if I've ever said this on the channel, but I consider myself a hobbyist. I try a lot of different things because I feel as though I can never find out who I am unless I put my hand in something and see how I like it, you know? Don't let people tell you what you should and should not like until you actually try it yourself, okay? So I was like, all right, so you think that I like to be a host and I like to, you know, curate experiences. What do you think that I should do with that? Now, this particular girl used to be a model, okay? So she had done modeling in the past, kind of gave it all up at a certain point and then went the education route. So she had knowledge of different industries that I had no idea about, right? I've been a corporate guy my entire life up until that point. She was like, here's what I think you should do with that. I think that you should sign up at a talent agency and see if they have any hosting opportunities. I'm like, a talent agency? They do that? She was like, yeah, you didn't know that? I said, no, I had absolutely no idea. So I did that, okay? This is during the time that I had a 9-to-5. I went and I Googled different like talent agencies in the city that I looked for, looked it up. I found 2 or 3, sent them all emails. One of them got back to me and said, send us a headshot. We want to see what you look like and then give us a reason and why that you want to do this. I sent them a headshot. I think it was just a normal photo. I sent them, you know, why I think I'd be interested or why I would be good at it. Boom, sent it over to them. They invited me back for an interview. They said, yeah, we'd love to be able to use you. I said, what, really? And they said, yeah, here, sign your name, da-da-da-da-da. And boom, I was signed to a talent agency. Made no sense, okay? Anyway, that then materialized to a whole bunch of experiences that I never thought I would have ever tried or been exposed to. Okay, I signed up for acting classes, okay? And then I also, for all the things that they told me to do, I ended up auditioning for like a hand modeling commercial and made like between $400 or $500, like literally just, you know, like on those food commercials when you like dip your hand in and, you know, you're like picking things up and you see a bunch of hands like picking up food, you know, I was like doing something like that. I got paid like $400 or $500. They put out food for the entire day. It was a fantastic experience, but one that I never would have been a part of if I never heard the feedback that she put in front of me and I took it in. I took it as potential value. Okay. I wanted to share all of this on the cusp of this 10,000 subscriber thing that recently happened, because the feedback that she gave me was actually the start of why I started this particular channel in the way that I did. Okay. So to conclude, like the talent agency stuff, I ended up getting a promotion at work. So let's say I was signed to that talent agency, like, I don't know, like 6 months or something like that. It wasn't a long amount of time. I ended up getting a promotion at work, and the promotion at work, I was in a new organization and my time obligations had changed significantly. So I didn't have time to go then do this secondary thing. But amongst all of that, I had continued to think about this hobbyist stuff that I was doing in the mindset of hosting or curating experiences, while also dipping back into the creativity that I had left alone long before I went on this education route to scratch the analytical components of my brain in order to make decent money. Okay. Then I got the bright idea that why don't I try this YouTube thing? Because I can essentially host on a channel. I can create content to curate experiences. I can deliver messages to help inform and to help improve, which is cardinal to who I am as a person. And then I did. I created it. I created it a couple of years ago, and since then I've iterated on the channel a bunch of different times. A year ago was when I started this iteration of the channel. Salute to the name that I started 2 or 3 iterations ago, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, because that name doesn't make sense really for what I do on the channel right now. But I started. Hashtag progress over perfection. So I share all of this information with you guys in an attempt to help you understand the value of feedback, the value of keeping your ear close to the people that are to the left and to the right of you, because you really never know where the best feedback may come. It may not come from the people that are the closest to you. It may not come from them. It may come from sources that you didn't even know would be of value. Okay? I wanted to share all that with you. Salud to 10K. Salud to all my subscribers. Thank you for joining the journey. I'm happy that you found at least a little bit of benefit based off of the experiences that I'm trying to curate through the channel. Shout out to Red Cup Talk as well. If y'all not joining us for that, or shout out to Red Cup Talk as well. If y'all are not joining us for that on Fridays and Saturdays, trust me, you guys are missing out on some dope experiences and discussions. All right. Salute again to 10K. Questions, comments, concerns, y'all already know what to do. Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews at gmail.com. Hit me up. Until next time, YouTube.